Got him. Got him. Got him. Got him.
You
We're still
fucking
getting him. We're
Sonic
still getting
boomed
him.
my ass.
Still getting him. Still getting him. Still getting him. We're in it. We're still getting him. All right, everybody. Welcome back to. Oh no. The one thing I
Steam
forgot
Deck
to change.
review.
Damn it. All right. Let me fix
Shit's
it.
trash.
I mean, we have an update on this.
Well, no. Eric's is trash. So
No,
let's
mine
love
hasn't.
ours.
Ever since I discharged it fully, I haven't had problems.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's awesome. We love that. Top Gun, Navy baby, Maverick. Is it is it Rick like R-I-C-K? No, it's Maverick.
Maverick.
Who the fuck spelled this word for the first time? What dumbass? Somebody was fucking lit. What is she doing?
It's Maverick.
Are you guys getting the hammers?
No.
No. All right, cool. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sooner or Later podcast, where your three uncles sit around the barbecue and talk about movies. I'm your first uncle, Joey, with your other two uncles, Eric and James. And this week, is it Memorial Day weekend? Is today Memorial Day?
Correct.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, then we're saluting the troops to Top Gun Maverick. We're all Navy men, right? Right? We've all served in the Navy. We're all seamen. We were all seamen at least at one point. Sequel to the 80s classic. I hate calling it a classic because the movie's trash.
It's a cult classic.
For sure. It should be. That's how bad it is. So after more than 30 years of service as one of the Navy's top aviators, Pete Maverick Mitchell is where he belongs, pushing the envelope as a courageous test pilot and dodging the advancement in a rank that would ground him, training a detachment of graduates for a special assignment. Maverick must confront the ghosts of his past and his deepest fears, culminating in a mission that demands the ultimate sacrifice from those who choose to fly it. I don't know, Google. I don't think so. So Top Gun Maverick was directed by Joseph Kosinski, screenplay by Aaron Kruger, Eric Warren Singer, and Christopher McQuire. Cinematography by Claudio Miranda, edited by Eddie Hamilton, music by Harold Faltermeyer, Lady Gaga, Hans Zimmer, and Lauren Balfe. What the fuck? Hold on. I didn't know.
I see the Gaga thing coming.
Me either.
Here's the main soundtrack at the very end. At the very end, at the Porsche, she's singing a song.
Is she?
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell it was her. I thought it was some generic ass shit. Production companies were Skydance Media, Don Simpson, and Jerry Bruckheimer Films, distributed by Paramount Pictures with a release date of April 28, 2022 at CinemaCon and wide release of May 27, 2022, and a runtime of 131 minutes. On a budget of $170 million, the current box office seems to be $124.4 million worldwide, but I don't think it's opened all the way internationally. Only in Finland. It has only opened in Finland as of 5/27.
Do you have the box office yet?
I looked at the box office on the numbers.
Okay, because Wiki got a different box office so far, which is weird.
Yeah.
It already has it at 260. It must be just projecting.
Probably, because it hasn't opened. Well, these box office markets are weird. Is this movie not opening in China?
Probably not.
Probably not right away.
Wow, that's surprising. I mean, yeah, they're not shooting at Chinese people, so. And Rotten Tomatoes has a 96% fresh, certified fresh, from 327 reviewers, and 99% fresh with an audience score of 5,000 ratings, which is kind of ridiculous. Critics' consensus say that Top Gun Maverick pulls off a feat even trickier than a 4G inverted dive, delivering a long-belated sequel that surpasses its predecessor in wildly entertaining style. Finally, the critics got it right, dude. Now you can go, James. Now just talk about whatever the fuck you want.
All right, so
Deep breath.
All right, so it says right now the film has grossed $260 million worldwide. So they might not have all the worldwide numbers yet.
Well, yeah. So that's why I said it was based on numbers from the 27th of May.
Yeah, and right now it's currently the 8th highest grossing film of 2022.
Wow.
And it will be so it will also be released on Paramount Plus 45 days after theatrical release.
That's kind of soon, man.
I think it's quick.
I don't
this
know.
movie will make a boatload of its money early on, especially around like the holiday it's around. But I don't know. I feel like at least 2 months they should have waited, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see the legs on it though. Like it might have no legs whatsoever and it may work out perfectly for them.
I don't think the second week drop off is going to be that hard though, to be honest with you. I think this movie's going to go strong.
It really depends on what comes out next week too though. Like
I mean,
we're into the summer months.
Right. Like this is the first blockbuster. What else has come out in 2022 that could be considered a blockbuster?
Shit.
Definitely not The Northman.
No, not a blockbuster. Of box office bomb, some would say.
Yeah.
So let's see, box office 2020. So
James Bond? Is that this year? No, that was last year.
Oh, it'd be Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, but that's like a bunch of fucking nerd losers, man.
Yeah,
you know?
Doctor Strange, the Batman.
Batman is not a blockbuster, I don't think.
Nah.
I mean, but they're pushing those movies out for the masses, though. Like, it's not those are like for small audiences.
Ambulance would have been a blockbuster, but it fucking bombed.
Ambulance is a blockbuster. You're right. That's a blockbuster ass movie.
Yeah.
I don't think you can consider a detective movie a blockbuster.
Yeah, but when it's Batman, it's like IP.
Yeah, but
Like,
what is the definition of a blockbuster? Top Gun Maverick is the definition.
I
of
mean,
it. That is hard definition of a blockbuster.
I understand, like, it's easier to be like, oh, action movies, like, especially. But
Okay, list of American films? What the hell? It's only Doctor Strange, The Batman, Sonic the Hedgehog, Top Gun Maverick, Uncharted, The Lost City, Fantastic Beasts, Scream, The Bad Guys, and Morbius.
No, I mean, some of those definitely are not blockbusters.
Shit, like, domestically, because it came out so late in the year, Spider-Man's still number 3 domestically.
Yeah, but we're not counting that because that was last year. I'm talking about 2022.
December 17th. So yeah, as of release this year, it would be Doctor Strange, The Batman. These are like top domestic box offices. Sonic the Hedgehog, Top Gun Maverick, Uncharted. Oh no, yeah, February.
So
I just said all those.
Yeah, you did. He's not listening, just like you don't listen. But like of those, I would argue that really only. I could make an argument for Sonic being a blockbuster.
I was gonna say Sonic.
I could make an argument for that, and I could make an argument for Uncharted being a blockbuster, and then this and Ambulance. So 4, because I wouldn't call Doctor Strange or the Batman a blockbuster. Like
Doctor Strange is just mid shit.
The definition of a blockbuster in the movie sense is a blockbuster is a Hollywood movie that's made with a large budget and big stars.
So I'm not seeing that. Where'd you get that definition from?
Like vocabulary.com.
I'm on Wikipedia, and it's saying it was perceived as a new cultural phenomenon, fast-paced, exciting entertainment, inspiring interest, and conversation beyond the theater, which would later be called buzz and repeated viewings. So, I mean, like, the only issue with the Batman, so that, under that definition, it makes sense for Doctor Strange to be a blockbuster, but it's not my kind of blockbuster. But the only issue with the Batman is it's not fast-paced. The movie's long and slow with like bursts of action. Yeah. But like to call it fast paced and like I wouldn't even really call it exciting except for the bits of excitement.
Yeah, but even when you look up blockbuster, like Blockbuster Entertainment, it says typically describe a feature film, but also other media that is highly popular and financially successful. So it's just popularity and money.
But so then you could consider an indie movie that made a lot of money. So Paranormal Activity is a blockbuster.
But I think it has to also have like a big budget is the thing. Like
that's
like,
not what not
correct.
What your definition
but
you said.
We've also found like 5 different definitions.
Yeah, but none of mine talks about money though.
I think explosions that literally bust a block. All right.
Yeah, popcorn movies are closer to blockbusters than yeah. So like
a wishy-washy story with fucking explosions, action scenes.
Wishy-washy is a good way to describe it.
But I think probably because like before like dramas and stuff were more like Oscar films and probably didn't make a ton of money. So that's probably why people are like, oh, blockbusters are big action films because movies may not be good or not, but it's like everyone and their family goes sees them because they're kind of for everybody.
Yeah. But I wouldn't
Which is why Sonic would be one.
Yeah, it's a family. It's a family blockbuster. Yeah.
Yeah. I would. Yeah.
Especially because that shit that dumbass movie didn't make no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Shit. Uncharted is just a bomb though. Like that's supposed to be like a blockbuster, but
It was
just,
supposed to be, yeah.
it
Yeah.
just bombed.
But I would say this is the biggest blockbuster of the year for sure.
100%.
Maybe of the decade?
Oh, whoa.
I mean, this movie is the shit. This
Yeah.
this must have been
You
this must have been
dick
what-
us.
this must have been what people thought the original Top Gun
The
was
original.
in the 80s. Like this, now I understand what they were seeing, because after rewatching the first Top Gun, trash, dog shit movie, not even worth the watch, because you definitely don't even need to see it for this movie. It's garbage. It's trash.
Do you
What?
consider Mad Max Fury Road a blockbuster?
Yes.
I would say so.
I would
yeah.
100%. Because there are.
For me, that's number one. Like I know you threw that out just like
Did
just
that
to
come
throw it
out
there.
Did that come out within the decade?
2015. So you're saying like 2000, or you're saying last 10 years, or you're saying
I mean,
like
but I don't know. How did I?
3 years?
No, 10
Yeah.
years. 10 years. So from
Okay.
2012 to 2022. So it fits.
So
I mean-
2015. And it's an action adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, that is solely a blockbuster, and I don't know which one I like more. Maybe it's because
Oh,
I've
no,
seen
dude.
Top Gun recently, but like, man, Top Gun had heart, bro. It had so much heart. This movie had so much heart.
I mean, I prefer this movie, but I can understand the strong opinion of people being like, "You're fucking crazy. Mad Max Fury Road is superior." Like, I would understand.
Well, yeah, I do think Mad Max Fury Road is the superior movie. When you look at the objective things, how good the
'Cause
writing
story,
was.
the story makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and how everything makes sense when you look at it, and how good, like, how built the world feels, right?
The music
I
is
mean,
good. It's not random skits of music.
If
random...
you want to know why it's a better movie, you should click in the top left right hand corner and go watch our review of it. But this movie had me on the edge of my fucking seat, bro. I was legitimately,
Dude.
I was leaning forward in the theater, hands on my fucking head, like, what is gonna happen during this fucking movie? Oh, and
I literally thought at
oh,
any
man.
time anybody could have died.
Dude,
Like the
Dude,
whole
when
movie.
they fucking
Oh,
bamboozled
man.
us with the dude passed out because of the G's,
Yeah.
but then everything turned out fine. I was like, oh, it's
and
fine.
then they got us again right after.
Yeah.
What are you doing to me?
And then I knew because the trailer, I was
so
like,
hold on.
okay, this is gonna happen.
Let's not do spoilers just yet. We'll give ourselves another 10 minutes of no spoilers, talking about how good the movie is, and then after that we could do another 20 minutes of just straight spoilers, talking about crazy shit.
And I've watched it twice now, and even on the second time, dude, I was sweating bullets. I got goosebumps. Like
Yeah.
it was still fucking hitting.
Yeah,
All those plane scenes you're on the edge of your seat. Like every scene, like it's just so well done. But if you modern technology makes this like this
yeah.
movie is
I want to see
fact-
behind the
technology.
scenes on this shit.
the fact that they can strap 8K cameras onto the front of a jet. I mean, this movie just blows the first movie out of the water.
I mean,
Like-
and they could use literally actual fighter jets. Like,
Right.
What was the
Yeah.
first movie? Just like pan shots from like below the ground, like on ground
No,
level.
it was so James and I were talking about it yesterday. It seemed like they just used model planes. Because you had head-on shots of those planes. Like you were like looking at the plane as it was flying, and the only way that you could do that, I mean, they could have used real jets and then used like a freight plane in front of the jet and then like recorded it from the freight plane, but I don't know how they did it.
I really think it was like a model scene, and then obviously you just get really close on it and you do it like just practically, because like I mean, some of it looks okay. Like it is what it is. It came out in the 80s.
Yeah.
But like it's just like in comparison, it's just like this was able to do everything that first movie wish it could have done.
100%. Yeah. For sure. I'm still looking into it, so you guys vamp. Talk about the acting. I want to talk. Or go ahead, Eric. You go forward.
go ahead.
If we get a lull in the conversation, you guys should talk about
Eggman,
acting.
dude, he played his fucking that role like a goddamn Oscar fucking level of role. Because like you're supposed to hate the character Bagman.
Yeah.
He's a dick the whole time
but
until he isn't.
But he's good at his job. It's
Very
kind of
good.
it's kind of the complete opposite, or I shouldn't say opposite. He's a better villain for the movie than Iceman was in the first movie. Because you're supposed to not like Iceman in the first movie, but like the whole time you're watching it, you're like, he's just good at his job. Why am I mad at him? Like, just because Tom Cruise is a bitch, I'm not supposed to like Val Kilmer? Like, what the fuck?
Was
And
Tom Cruise?
Go ahead.
It was Iceman number 1 in the class. That's why you said he was number 2. Okay.
No, he ended the Top Gun. Val Kilmer did. Like, he was the better pilot and everything. It's just that the movie's about Tom Cruise's character.
So it comes down to the last day. So it's like, Tom Cruise got the shot. He's number 2. But on the last day of Train is when Goose dies. So then it's not his fault or whatever. So that movie came out in 86.
I'm kidding.
86. So what happens is, since it fails or whatever, since he fails the mission more or less, like he doesn't pass Iceman in the like standings because he was like 1 and 2. But a lot of people still like. That's why some people say, "Oh, he was number 1," because like a freak accident happened. If it didn't really happen, like Tom Cruise would have been number 1. But also too, Iceman was just more professional, and that's why like he didn't like fuck up.
Followed orders.
Yeah, he was better at his job. That's why he was better at the job.
But like Hangman though, like it's so weird because like he's like good at his job, but then he like isn't because he
leaves people behind and shit.
So selfish, yeah. And like in this world, he's not really kind of being like scrutinized for it. Like they kind of like say it, but not really. And I'm like, they would not let him fly if he kept leaving people out to dry like that. Like, I mean.
I would agree if it was missions that required dogfighting. But like they said, he's the only person in all of the Top Gun people who came back that had a confirmed kill, right? The only one. So but
based on story, could almost be like, okay, he chose to be like, so what happened is because he goes up or whatever he does. And he uses his like wingman as a distraction, and that's probably what he did to kill that person. Which like it's just super unsafe. But it's like it kind of reminds you of Maverick, which is kind of
I was gonna say it's like Tom Cruise's character, but he's not getting shit on like Tom Cruise's.
I don't think so.
I think he's very similar to Tom Cruise's character. The Tom Cruise character is just like way more wild. Like
really, I didn't perceive that Hangman is supposed to be the new Tom Cruise's character. I didn't see that at all.
Not new, but like he's similar.
Yeah, right. I don't think anybody's supposed to be Tom Cruise in this movie.
No,
like
I'm saying he's the new version of that because I don't think they're similar at all.
Like, I think if they're like, okay, who is like, if we had to like pick, like, who is the closest to Maverick in this movie? Like,
I don't think there is anybody.
But it would be Hangman. He would be the closest of the group.
Yeah. But even then, it's only because he does things different, I guess.
Yeah. That's the thing is,
isn't that what a Maverick is? Like, what is like the...
I'll look that up. A Maverick, oh my god, definition, is an unorthodox or independent-minded person.
Oh, yeah?
That's what a Maverick is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say so then. Because, like, no one else would do what he does. Like...
Yeah, but then you could also say that Rooster's the same way. Because he does things slow. Nobody does them slow. You know? Like...
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's going to have their own individual ways that they fly. I mean, I don't know. That's interesting that you guys took it that way, though.
I guess if we're doing that, then Rooster would be the only one that is like fucking a Maverick because he broke the rules and he broke the fucking 5,000 feet hard ground limit.
Spoilers.
Everyone breaks hard deck in all these movies.
Here's how the flight scenes were filmed in the first Top Gun. Capturing speed. To shoot the incredible flight scenes in the film, Scott and the crew put cameras directly on planes. The team used A6 Intruder with 4 camera positions using special camera mounts that had been developed by Grumman Aircraft Company. We mounted one in the cockpit looking forward over the shoulders of the pilot and the bomber navigator. The second was under the belly of the plane. The third could be mounted under either wing looking forward or aft. Another was high on the tail looking down on the fuselage. According to the book, contemporary cinematographers on their art, Scott and the crew also shot many of land-based flying scenes at the Naval Air Station Fallon in Nevada. So they did shoot the plane scenes using actual planes and real cameras. It just looked like shit.
Yeah.
Compared to today's stuff. But yeah, so
that's impressive for that time.
Yeah. I'm sure that's fucking crazy, man. The fact that you could even still run the cameras when those planes are doing crazy shit is kind of wild.
That shit would just, I don't know.
Like the film would get jostled. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but what do we know? We're not Tony fucking Scott, I guess.
I mean, but yeah, I'm sure if we even look back, it's like they did shit like that. I mean, planes have been around for a long time. So like, I'm sure they've done this multiple times. And it's like, to them, it's like not that big of a deal. But to us, it just like, it's hard to wrap your head around it.
But like, no way they would, I guess, fly the speed, like the actual fucking super fast speed.
I don't think they're going they're not going Mach 8. Like,
I don't think those planes would go Mach 8.
Mach 3.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know. I know damn well they don't go no Mach 10.
No. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. I'm glad this movie looks good though. And I'm glad specifically with the writing that there's no corny ass shit going on. Because the first movie is fucking corny. It's
like
so,
what? Do an example.
I mean, even like the famous like I got the need for speed, and then they high five. It's like you put that on film.
Yeah, like a decent amount of lingo is like of its time. So like
but like
it feels aged.
But I use 80s lingo, so like it's not even just like the lingo. It's like the way that it's written and where it's taking place in the movie and the way that they're acting.
The way they just say it just to say it, just to put it in there.
Yeah, it's like, what? And you're right, Eric. It is just said just to be said. And it, like, him and Goose have no reason to say that. It's just like they didn't want to cut. So then they were like, all right, Tom, we got the writers in the back and they came up with this sick line. But you have to turn your body to the camera, so his back's facing the camera when they high five. It's just trash. And like this movie didn't have none of that, I don't think. I think this movie, like the writing, you think there's corny shit in this movie?
No, I'm trying to think.
Okay. I don't think there's anything corny. And like, that's not to say that just because it's a newer movie, it's not corny. I think the writing is just better. And they took time.
I could see some people coming off of some of the banter amongst the soldiers, like early on, like the bar when you're first introduced to like Hangman and all them, when they're trying to introduce all the characters. I could see people being like, "Oh, that's a little corny," but it's nowhere.
But that's because soldiers are corny.
Correct. Like,
that is like what you said, just banter.
Yeah.
But like that stuff could come off as like corny. It's like, oh, haha, they're in a military bar, all this like hijinks, whatever. But like it doesn't. It'll never be as corny as the first one. Like no. It's not even close.
And I don't know how many people could, watch the first one and be like, that's not a cornball of a movie. It is. Was
it the same bar?
Yes, it's supposed to be. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Because they show like a little flashback, but I was like, this doesn't look like the same fucking
this
bar.
movie also expects you to like just like know things at certain points.
Yeah, there must have been like a Top Gun tie-in comic that we didn't read 100 issues to because this movie expects you to know a lot. That is not.
This had
in the
a
first
prelude
one.
for sure. There's a 100%. Prelude somewhere we didn't get.
There's a Stars only Top Gun series that happened between the first and the second one. All right, before we go into spoilers. Good movie, right? Everyone should go see this movie.
I liked it so much I saw it twice.
I should have seen it twice.
I supported it. I'm part of this.
Just like our 100. Troops.
Yeah, there's no reason not to like this movie. It doesn't do anything where I'm like, oh, I could see that like alienating an audience.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
The last movie my parents saw was The Matrix. They like this movie better.
I like this movie better than The Matrix.
Yeah, this movie's significantly better.
I was like,
fuck. Y'all saw it in IMAX?
Dolby twice.
Oh man, you took them all the way to the Dolby theater, dude. Look at you.
The second IMAX didn't have good seats again. The the other day.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah.
And then, James, did you just see this movie on a regular screen?
I saw it on the Marcus bigger screen, but I didn't see it like in IMAX.
So the bigger screen is like the 40X or whatever the fuck?
Yeah.
That's
40
IMAX though,
DLX.
isn't it?
Yeah, I would
It's
agree.
It
like
is.
it's
It's
like
the equivalent.
0.5 less. Like, yeah.
But, like,
0.5,
like the
No,
only
it's
true
like-
IMAX
Yeah.
theater in Indiana is in Indianapolis. Like
Mhm.
the ones up there are Limax.
So
Like
if
I'm saying,
you-
like we
Yeah.
say we were seeing it in IMAX,
Yeah.
but like we're not truly seeing it in IMAX.
So let's say I'm
it
throwing
felt
these
like
numbers
it
out
to
there.
me.
Yeah. If IMAX is, let's say, 14.3, this is like 14.1. Like,
No, I know. Yeah, so
Yeah.
yes, you did
It's-
see it
it-
in IMAX.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
so minute. And then it also has like the Adobe speakers, but not the ones in the seats.
Right. You just got the inferior product all around. It's okay.
Yeah.
We can get past that.
It's like your best
But
version
like-
of the
but like
movie.
you didn't see it on a normal screen because
No, I don't. I didn't watch
nobody-
it on the regular theater.
Nobody
like,
should
yeah.
see this in a normal theater. If you do that, you're a
Yeah.
fucking chump.
I
Yeah.
think the
Chump.
government should like subsidize or something so that people can see the IMAX version. Like you could do a mail-in rebate to see the IMAX one if you can only afford like the regular version.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, sure, but I
This
think
shit
like
goes
$2
hard.
difference.
it goes so hard and it's so loud and it's so good.
Yeah.
I think the higher fidelity screen really helped it too, though, because it made everything look
Yeah.
so fucking cool.
Bro,
So
like
cool.
those like I don't know what to call it, but like those vapor waves on the planes when they would fucking turn, they look so fucking cool, man.
So cool, dude. All right, so now we're into spoilers. Spoilers.
Mhm.
Spoiler. Big spoiler. Spoiler. Crazy
How
that
Tom
Rooster
Cruise
died,
survived
huh?
that fucking. How
All I
Tom-
gotta say, dude, is Miles Teller. He's back, man.
He
I
back in a
love
big
Miles
way,
Taylor.
dude.
Yeah, and he kind of like fell off. Like he was kind of being like pushed as like the next guy, and then for the past 5 years haven't really done anything.
Well, he
'cause,
made
like
he made the worst Fantastic Four movie ever put to film. So yeah, it's not surprising that he kind of got blacklisted for a little while.
and the Divergent series ended up being garbage. Like he was like a big part of that. Like that's not his fault.
And
Like,
let's just put it out there. We're gonna put the rumors to rest. Miles Teller ripped. He a good looking man. That's a good looking man.
I've seen
He a
him ripped, but
big
he's in
cut man.
Yeah, he's in a boxing movie where he's like ripped too. So I knew he was gonna get in shape, but dude's veins are popping this whole
Dude.
He
movie.
dehydrated. He did the
That
Hugh
neck-
Jackman technique.
Yeah, he did. Oh, this
you-
this ripped is a totally different ripped though. Super interesting. Oh fuck! I was gonna shave my chin hair so that I would just have the little goose stash. Shit.
Should've.
Damn.
Looking at him, I totally forgot. So that's him in that boxing movie. I need
Yeah.
to see some Miles
But like, I
Teller.
mean, because man, for a minute he was doing the thing, dude. Like he did Whiplash, like War Dogs. I
was
really
gonna say,
enjoyed War Dogs. I don't know if it's rated.
His whole fucking
It was
film
mid,
list
I'm
is
pretty sure.
Rabbit Hole,
Yeah.
Footloose, Project X, The Spectacular Now, 21 and Over, Whiplash, The Awkward Moment. Then he fucking did
He did a
Divergent.
bunch of fucking indie movies, dude. Holy shit, he was an indie darling, man.
Two
Yeah.
Night Stand.
Dude.
God
yeah,
damn, look at this man, dude. Holy
Wait,
shit.
I liked him in War Dogs. I thought it was cool.
I've never seen the movie, so I can't comment.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think
It's like a better Nicolas Cage movie. That one where he's like an arms dealer.
Oh. Yeah, that movie's supposed to be bad though. The Nicolas Cage one.
this is his highest rated film though.
This one?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's got a 99%.
That makes sense.
It's got to be the
Yeah.
highest
Well-
rated Tom Cruise movie too, right?
Well, it's down to 96 now, but still.
No, I'm talking about the audience one. I don't
Oh,
give a
the
fuck.
audience. Oh,
I don't give a fuck
oh,
about the bitch ass critics, okay?
Okay.
They don't
Oh.
know shit.
War Dogs is mid, apparently.
Damn.
Let's see.
I mean, you're
Let's
allowed
see.
to like mid movies. I'm not telling you
So
no.
he does a lot of military movies because he also did Thank You for Your Service, which I really liked. It's
Maybe
like
they're
about
just easier
PTSD.
for him to act in. Maybe he's like, oh, these
Yeah.
are easy movies.
Oh, he just act
Yeah.
hard.
He understands the role,
Yeah,
like
I
and
just
like
act
yeah,
hard.
because that movie has like it's like mid, but like he portrays PTSD like really well, which can be.
Oh,
really
I mean,
good.
that's different than just acting hard, though.
Yeah, true.
That's
Rabbit.
motherfucking acting
This
Dude,
this
look
is
at that
Tom
man.
Cruise's highest rated film.
for audience.
Yep.
like all around.
Is it tied for anything else? Jesus Christ.
So
Really?
in critics, the next one is Whiplash 94. So then it would be
Man, y'all
his
bouncing
96,
between actors,
94.
bro.
Wait, who are we talking about?
I'm talking
Eric's
about
talking
Tom Cruise.
You guys
I'm
gotta
only talking about
listen.
Miles Taylor.
I need y'all to listen.
I would listen to you.
I know.
His
Well,
next
You don't
highest
always
rated
listen,
one
Eric. You don't always
is
listen.
without limits
Ooh, what is that?
at 91%.
I mean, fuck it. I'll watch that. A 98 movie?
When that come out? Ooh.
Yeah, 98.
I'm all right.
This drama about American track star and hero Steve Prefontaine
Prefontaine. You fucking.
intelligently looks at the character of this oft mythologized
Hey, do me a
athlete.
favor, Eric. Send it to me. I'll read it.
I thought you were on it.
No,
you were
no.
98.
I Googled it, but I didn't do nothing else. This drama about American track star and hero Steve Prefontaine intelligently looks at the character of this oft mythologized athlete and features a fantastic performance by Donald Sutherland and Prefontaine's trainer. But he must have been a child in this movie, Eric.
Oh, he was a producer.
It says producer.
Yeah,
wait, who?
Never mind. For Tom Cruise.
Oh, okay.
I forget Rotten Tomatoes isn't fucking sorted by like only his acted shit.
But back to the movie that we're actually talking about.
Tom Cruise has some bangers though.
I've never seen any of the Mission Impossibles, and those seem to be his really good movies, according to everybody.
And they're getting better, which is wild.
Yeah.
Better than this, though? I don't think so. No way.
No.
I
don't. The next one though, I don't know. It's gonna be close.
This next one could be it.
Nah, no way, dude.
Yeah, Edge of Tomorrow's another like banger though that like I feel like no one watched. Like
This movie's better than Edge of Tomorrow.
Yes. But like for Tom Cruise, I feel like people don't think of Edge of Tomorrow, and it's like no, that's a good movie.
Yeah, but a good movie isn't a banger though.
No, I think it's a banger. Though.
But it doesn't even hold a candle to this. This might be Tom Cruise's best movie.
Yes, 100%. This is Tom Cruise's best movie. But what I'm saying
he was in Eyes Wide Shut though. That's
pretty. Don't give a fuck about Eyes Wide Shut or Open.
Yeah,
who?
Right? Eyes Wide Who?
The movie you guys didn't know and you failed.
100%.
You would have failed it too, pussy.
I didn't even do it. I didn't fail if I didn't take the test.
Nah, you failed it.
Sure, buddy.
Call no show.
Oh yeah, I got fired from the Framed.
You got fucking grounded.
I'm glad that Tom Cruise didn't overact in this movie.
Yeah.
I think when it started to go to overacting, when he was looking at Miles Teller in the bar, I think he could have really overacted that. But I think, he toned it down a bit. Was like, I need to be a little cool there.
He did overact that.
No,
I don't think he did.
No, he was getting close, though. If he would have acted about another 5%, it would have been like, all right,
he said if he would have got on his knees, started crying.
Bro. If he had shed a tear in that scene, I'd have been like, relax.
Too soon.
Okay?
Too soon.
Relax. Yeah.
I think the moments he did shed a tear, perfect.
When did he cry?
At the funeral. Fucking.
Did he have a Denzel tear?
No,
he didn't.
He still in his eyes.
He didn't cry, but watering eyes ain't a cry. I think.
He did cry. He did cry with Iceman at the desk when they were talking.
Oh, he did, didn't he? That's when he had the Denzel tear. But I think that was really good. And he had.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And he had to like do the lion's share of the voice acting and really the body acting because Val Kilmer can't do shit. Like he really just can't.
Yeah, man, I was surprised.
Hey, what's this AI they're using for his voice? What's that? Like I know he like had cancer and everything.
I just know that there's an AI that they're using with his voice. I don't know what they used or how they used it.
Yeah. So that wasn't him?
I mean, no, it wasn't him talking. He had throat cancer.
Yeah. I know that, but I thought he could still like muster up something.
No, I don't. No, he can't talk at all.
Yeah, they like repurposed from movies his voice to do that.
I mean that's not hard though. Like all you're doing is you're feeding AI lines, and he's had to have made every possible letter sound in the English language.
Yeah.
Like it's not difficult to do.
It's so good in the movie though, where like it sounds like him. It doesn't sound like.
I thought it was him, man.
Yeah, it does. I do like. It's so easy to say like, hey, he was able to muster out that little bit with what's left of his like throat.
It's definitely good, but like
yeah,
that's not too difficult, which is nice because I still think the scene was fine though, even without him speaking. The scene could have ended without him talking, and I'd have been okay with it.
Because like the big moment when he's just like it's what's he say? It's time to let go or something like that or whatever.
Yeah.
He says.
Yeah, some
It's
shit
time to
like
let
that.
go.
Like,
Yeah.
that was like enough. Like that's where you get the point. Like because even when he points back to it, it's like he doesn't need to say anything. Like
He
he's
didn't
doing
even.
enough.
And even
Yeah.
if it was written and he was speaking it, I think those lines that he typed would have been enough because the scene had so much raw emotion coming out of Tom Cruise.
Yeah, because once he does it, it hits Tom Cruise like a fucking brick wall.
Yeah,
and then
no shit. It hits him. It hits him hard.
Yeah.
It hits him like the hard deck, dude.
And like, I don't watch a ton of Tom Cruise movies, so seeing Tom Cruise act and show emotion other than I'm a fucking track star is really cool. I'm like, oh, this dude has a bit of range here. He could do a little something here and there. And like
Tom Cruise always runs funny to me.
No, he runs like a professional runner because he's like
he
straight.
Still looks funny,
his
dude.
back
He's
is
going
straight.
for it.
I mean, the motherfucker moves. He could probably dust all three of us in a foot race.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it at all, dude. He probably runs marathons on his fucking spare time.
Yeah, but we're taller than him, so fuck.
Come on.
But yeah,
dude, he'll get brand new knees and he'll fucking.
Dude, there's some scenes like at the end scene where like Rooster's like, I wasn't thinking. Like at one point the camera's like, you can clearly see that Rooster's taller.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden it's like behind Rooster and like they're level.
And their eye level,
I was like, what the fuck?
Anytime they like hug, they get like it gets closer when it's like, damn, he's really fucking. Because what's Miles Teller? He's tall as shit. It looks like
he would literally be in Miles Teller's chest. He'd be hugging him like a son hugging his dad. You know what I mean? Like
I thought it was funny as hell when like Miles Teller was like not listening to him the very first like day, and he was like Bradshaw, Lieutenant Bradshaw, and then it's like some tall ass dude, and getting reprimanded by some short
Lieutenant Bradshaw.
I love how they added to like it. So I assumed it was just gonna be
6 foot tall. So he's 4 inches, 5 inches taller than Tom Cruise.
It don't look like that on the screen, man. It looks like a whole fucking
5 inches
foot.
is a lot, though.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, it's a lot.
That's a big difference. But how do you guys feel about them adding the extra like bit of like? Because I assumed like he was just gonna be mad at him because like the accident with his father, but then actually adding the fact that he pulled his papers and stuff like that.
It wouldn't have made sense if he was just mad because his dad died flying with him. They had to do something else because if he was like, you killed my dad. No, motherfucker, there was a plane malfunction. I didn't do shit.
Yeah,
actually.
it wouldn't have made sense if it was that.
I feel like a lot of movies do that though. It's just like
right, but that would have made this an inferior movie.
Yeah,
if they wouldn't have had
father prepared to die.
Yeah, like it would have been like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't kill shit.
The only time he did mention anything about that was when he was like, I'm not gonna make the same mistake. That was like literally the only like piece alluding to his father.
And even then, it's like, your dad didn't die because you trusted Maverick, okay?
Yeah. Where was Meg Ryan at? I know they had her just die, but like, was she not trying to be in this movie? Because I thought it was wild that she was like in the first movie. I was like, oh shit, that's Meg Ryan.
How does Meg Ryan look? Is the better question.
Hold on. Yeah. Let's see.
I'm not saying
Jennifer Connelly, dude.
I think Jennifer Connelly's a baddie.
Really? I think she's hideous.
What?
No.
Hideous? You're a goddamn liar.
Holy shit, dude.
No, that was a honey dick, dude. I honey dicked the shit out of you.
Dude, Paul Betty's gonna come over here and slap the shit out of you.
He is. Yeah, like
what is this fucking link, James?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't pop up, but it's Meg Ryan and the other chick from the first movie. What they look like today?
Yeah, maybe Tom Cruise was like, I don't fuck ugly bitches.
But no, like but he was never gonna fuck Meg Ryan.
No, you don't know that.
I don't know that.
He could have been like, I killed your dad. Now I'm fucking boning your mom.
Well, he said he's trying to be the dad. He was trying to be his daddy.
He was trying to be the dad that stepped up. Yes.
Yeah.
So he pulled his papers. I guess I don't know.
What was that line from? Was it from Reese? Right?
Yeah, it was.
It's a super common Twitch thing. I'm not the stepdad. I'm the dad that stepped up.
Yeah.
It's funny as hell.
But yeah,
it's so good though. It cracked me up.
I think them doing that, them saying, I pulled the papers because his mom told me to. She didn't want him to live the same life that his dad did. I thought
Makes sense.
I thought it was really good. I thought it added a lot of drama that,
and it's believable as shit.
It really is, though, because
the mom, there's no way the mom would have ever wanted him to be any kind of dangerous job, let alone in the same field that your father was. That
when he died,
Top Gun.
Yeah,
yeah, and even being like, sure, he's the pilot, he has more control. I don't care. Like,
yeah,
I don't want you doing anything with that. Stay out of the goddamn sky.
You get out of that sky.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's really good. I liked it.
But I felt like this movie that also too, it's a lot of movies mess up the relationships where it's like these two people aren't getting along or have some kind of like, baggage, and then like for them to kind of come together by the end. I felt like they did a really good job of like pacing it, where I didn't feel like, oh man, that didn't make no sense. Like it came out of nowhere. They got like kind of back together. Like I felt like the way they went about the relationship throughout the whole movie, like by the time they kind of come together at the end, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Like it didn't feel rushed. It felt natural. Like, because that's something that they could easily mess it up. That they could have totally have like just fucking shoehorned it in the end, being like, oh yeah, well you saved me, so now we're best fucking buds.
I mean, yeah, but like, yeah, and I'm glad they didn't do it here. But they also had so many years in the Prelude comic that we didn't read. They had a ton of years where he was his dad basically.
Yeah.
And it seems like he would show up and he'd be at, he was getting baseball pictures and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like he was good with them right up until he fucked his paperwork up.
Yeah.
So that would have been weird. If
so like there's a solid foundation there. It's just the very top floors are fucked.
Straight fucked. Super fucked up. They got termites and shit in the top floor, everything.
And like this is like you're like the 1% of 1% to be like Navy pilots. So he had to work his ass off to even get accepted.
Yeah.
And then Tom Cruise just said, no. So like
actually,
yeah. I did like how the boat stuff was a little weird with Jennifer Connelly because Tom Cruise is so small, but
I loved it. Hold on, no, let's get into that because we talked about it, but we don't have it on film.
It's a funny joke though. It's a funny joke. He's like, "Hey, aren't you in the Navy?" He's like, "I don't fucking drive."
That's what I loved about it. I love that line. I don't know why, but it cracked me up.
No,
it's like, oh, it's true. Like,
the better part is when she's standing behind him and he's reaching his heart out to try to get on both ends, and it's a mom teaching her son how to sail a boat for the first time, and it's so fucking funny. I wanted her. Go ahead.
The camera still shows them level though, but they wouldn't be fucking level, man.
They tried, but that boat was fucking rocking. There were moments when you saw how much taller Jennifer Connelly was.
When they're on the steering wheel, both of them, they're level. Like Tom was probably like, "Hey man, put me fucking level, or else I'm not doing this fucking scene."
Oh, when he's in the bottom fourth of the boat and it's dipping, and he's like holding while she's steering, like you could see the length of their bodies, like how significantly different size they are.
But I'm gonna freak you guys out. They're the same height.
Damn, it was just the way it was shot because it made her look so much taller.
Big, dude. She looked massive. I love it.
Damn.
It's because of her legs, dude. She was fucking holding on for dear life.
Women are gonna want to say they're shorter. Men are gonna say they want to be taller. There's a 2-inch difference. I don't care what nothing says. I saw Tom Cruise at the goddamn red carpet event, dude. He had those fucking shoes on. They had about 6-inch heels.
Oh shit.
He does wear lifts on all his shoes. Hey man, do what you gotta do.
Nah, fuck that. Man. If you're gonna be a short king, be a short fucking king, bro. Don't do that pussy shit wearing lifts in your shoes. Yeah. You're Tom fucking Cruise, bro. You're the last living action star. Like the true action star. Though. You could make an argument that The Rock is also an action star, but he ain't an action star like Tom Cruise.
Not to this level.
I mean, they're still living. They're just not actively acting. Like you can't just be like, these other action stars don't exist anymore.
I mean, but they're not acting, so they don't exist in the world of modern movies. What the fuck? You're right. I couldn't say, anything about old
Expendables 5 is coming out next year, man. They're back.
It's been coming out for 20 fucking years, so eat my ass. They're all trash. Throw them away.
When all those 80-year-olds come back next year.
And when they don't do their stunts. An action star does his own stunts.
You gotta say active duty action star.
Nah, fuck that. I hope I offend one of those old fucks. Bring their rickety asses over here. I'll fucking tell them what's what.
Stallone and Schwarzenegger are not having it.
I'm assuming he actually flew the plane at the very end. I'm assuming that's actually Tom Cruise.
He has a a license to fly a plane. They just wouldn't let his ass fly the jets.
Yeah.
They said specifically in the contract, they're like, "Hey, Tom Cruise is not touching an F-18 control at all."
At all. Get this shit out of here.
And I'm sure he tried. I'm sure he was trying everything he could to
he
do
was
it.
getting $4.5 million insurance deals, the whole nine. He was trying to fly them planes. And they were
He
like,
refinanced his current insurance company just to try to make it happen.
everything. And they told his ass, no.
He bought
all right.
6 of those planes.
Yeah, like he
Nothing.
owns them, and they're still like, no.
Get this shit out of here. All right, we're at 48. So really quick, I'm a huge fan of the pacing of this movie. The story makes sense. I think it's so good. I'm glad that they had a reason for everybody to be there other than it just being the Top Gun class. I'm glad that they had something to work towards, so we had a sense of progression other than time just moving forward. And the football scene was great. I love that old boy who was his boy when they were testing new planes out. He was the referee there. Everybody looking sexy as fuck with their shirts off and shit.
And he was counting the fuck out of those push-ups the whole
I think
movie.
the woman could have, they probably could have stepped up a little more, but.
Whoa, what do you mean? You calling the women in this movie ugly?
No, I'm saying they should have showed the women more. They just showed the guys. It should have been equal women and equal men.
See, you're showing the fact that you never saw the first movie. Because the first movie had one woman in it, and it was Tom Cruise's love interest. All right, so this movie supplemented.
No, I'm saying specifically
I'm getting there.
Scene.
I'm getting there. So, because they had no other women, when they had the volleyball scene where everybody's lubed up with olive oil and shit, it's only dudes. It's motherfuckers in jeans playing volleyball out there getting a nice. Tom Cruise wears jeans, bro. He wearing jeans playing sand volleyball. Eric, do you understand this shit? How crazy this?
It don't make no sense.
It don't make a lick of fucking. And then somebody else is wearing sweatpants. Olive oiled up.
You making that shit up?
I'm not. I swear to God, because me and Mikey were watching it, and he goes, "Hey, why is that guy wearing jeans?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know. It's wild." And then we're like, "Is that dude wearing sweatpants?" They must be dying out there. So the fact that they even had women in the shirtless, sexy scene, that's more than enough woman. All right.
Okay.
Because you didn't get none.
Context.
I know. I was building it. You know, we were getting there. But like the two that were there, that's a billion% more
than enough.
than they had the last time. Because I wanted to see more Bagman. I wanted to see more Rooster. I wanted to see what the two fucking BIPOC people were hanging with. Because the only time you see the black guy or the Hispanic guy is when they get chosen for the mission, and that's it.
That's true. More Bob. Dude, Bob had a shirt on.
Whack. I wanted to see what Bob was working with, bro.
Type of guy. He probably would have a shirt on.
Yeah, but come on. He needs to be a little more confident, you know?
Come on, dude. His call sign's Bob, dude.
Yeah, but it could be Big Dick Bob. You know what I'm saying? The old BDB.
So women only make up 12% of all Navy pilots. So, like, statistically speaking.
Yeah, get them statistics out of here.
It's a movie, man.
Yeah, it's a movie.
But no, them having two is within range. Like the fact that they probably should have only had one.
Man, this fucking James is fucking regulating the amount of women in movies, man.
Like, actually,
hey, you brought it up.
Actually, they would have never made it onto that base. They had heat-seeking missiles.
Yeah, if they would have been 50-50, it would have been false.
Yeah, but who would have fucking cared other than fucking incels like you? You'd have been like,
shit.
Apparently, Eric then could have been like, member.
It'd have been like,
Eric,
women, they only had one on the final mission.
Eric wanted it 50-50. I told him it couldn't have been based on the historic proof that we had from the last movie. And you're like, in the real world, we're in real Top Gun.
At that time, there's probably wasn't even women allowed to even be in like fighter pilots in the first movie, anyways.
Which is whack. Whack.
Yeah, I don't fucking make the rules. It makes sense.
Yeah, you're just enforcing them, you know?
Yeah.
You can fit more warheads on that shit.
I don't know. I'm sure they probably were like, oh, their bodies couldn't handle the G's or something.
The G's. Their body's gonna handle birth, dude. I'm sure they can handle a couple G's.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know, dude. I think only a small select group of people in general could handle all those G's, though.
Most of them women. But we don't give them the
wonder
chance.
if there's like a chance where you could go on like one of the like at the training ones where like it's just like indoor and it's like spinning and you're going through the G's. I wonder like when we would fucking pass out.
I'll look it up. I'm all about
They
that.
won't even let us. They're like, yeah, you guys aren't the size and the shape. Sorry.
Yeah, we're not gonna let y'all do that. Get the fuck out of here, nerds. Okay.
You got to run on this treadmill, and I got to see what your pulse is at. And if it's above this, you ain't getting on.
Yeah, if it's above 180, you can't do it.
So like most humans can't even stand. Like I mean, humans shouldn't stand more than 9 Gs. And if anyone stands more than 9 Gs, it's only for a few seconds. Which makes sense because every time they fucking pass out.
Look, only one passed out. Everybody else was just getting woozy in the bitch.
Everyone else, yeah. Dude was bitch made.
Tom Cruise actually probably should have died though in the beginning of the movie.
Nah, hell no. No, but
Yeah,
it was,
that's what I was gonna say.
It
I
was
was gonna say,
Mach
how do you
10
survive?
though. It's Mach 10, so it's not actually 10 G's of force.
Oh, that's true.
Because
No,
it's not like you pulled up. You know what I mean? If he would have pulled up into a 90-degree angle, he'd have died. His heart would have shot out his ass.
I wasn't saying that. I was saying, how did he not die when the shit exploded going Mach 10?
They had safety measures, dude.
I mean, he probably ejected as well. Like
It
they
was-
always eject out of them bitches.
They were planning. They have to plan for it to not work when you're testing. You know,
I guess that's true.
like in what the hell am I thinking? Like new shit. When you're testing new shit,
Yeah.
you got to expect the failure. Because if you're like, he'll never blow up. That's how you fuck around and you kill Tom Cruise in the air going Mach 10 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Although I did see, like, rewatching it, like, as soon as shit starts popping off, he instantly pulls the button to fucking get out of there.
Oh yeah, he was like, "Fuck this vehicle. Doesn't matter. I'm not looking to die. I gotta go teach Miles Teller."
Dude, he was Iceman saved my last man, dude. He was fucked, dude. He blew up that thing was probably so expensive. Like I couldn't even put a number on it.
All right. Anything else before we go into questions?
Dude, I loved when Tom Cruise is like, you know what? Fucking hold my beer, dude. I'm doing this shit. 120. Let's go.
And he broke the fucking rules or whatever.
I think 115.
115, and he had like 3 seconds left or some shit
and
like
you
that.
feel it. When he's like twisting and turning and like running,
God,
like you feel it.
Because you're like head on, and you can see all the fucking. He's like,
yeah,
like the way he's breathing and shit. Oh man.
Which is, I mean, that's the best part of them being able to use actual planes, though. Is like.
Yeah.
I'm sure whoever was flying that plane really was fucking twisting and pulling them bitches, and he was just like, "Oh!" I loved it. It's so good. All right, we're gonna go into questions then.
Wait, and then the actual mission, dude, when they're actually doing it, oh my god! And then like once they get past Coffin Corner, and the fucking Sam start firing shit. That's when I get chills, man, because it's like, I'm brake left, brake right, I'm defending.
When they're all talking over each other, it's so scary.
God, dude,
it legit
so
scared me. I was like,
So,
God damn, they ain't gonna make it.
the whole movie they kind of tell us what's gonna happen when they go into that spot, but when you actually see it, like you can't I couldn't like prepare for it mentally. I was just like,
dude.
Okay, they're gonna be up there for a few seconds and they'll probably go down. It won't be that bad,
dude.
But them bitches can't launch and launch it.
Yeah, every one of them. And then they're like running out of flares and shit like that. And they're just like,
holy shit.
oh my God, I'm gonna watch Miles Teller die, bro. He ain't gonna
Now I
make it.
understand why it's the pilot.
Yeah, no shit.
And then it's cool as shit when Tom like does his sacrifice. So we're like, because the plane's cool as fuck. Like you can see it behind Miles Teller, and then the flares are going off on the side of the plane. Oh, dude.
Every time they pop a wheelie in those planes, I'm like, this is hype.
Or when the random dudes popped a willy and Miles Teller's like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, yeah, when he like did that like hovering spinning thing, like it was in space or whatever.
I was like, what the
Bro,
hell?
that's that 5th generation fucking fighter, dude. That's that
maybe
next
if
level
Tom Cruise
shit.
didn't blow his up, they would have had one.
Nah. That wasn't even 5th generation, was it? Wasn't that just something else?
I think that was the same generation. Because they're like,
okay.
we don't have the same technological advance no more. They're on equal level fields. Now the difference is the pilot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, they have 5th generation as well, but they couldn't for that mission. Like,
Right, because they needed to go like below the fucking 300 or whatever the fuck.
But shit, I feel like that Tom Cruise one that he fucked up could have done it.
No way. He had to fucking go into the upper fucking stratosphere to even fly that thing properly. What the fuck's it gonna do 300 feet above the ground? His shit's gonna instantly blow up. like, damn, the air's real tight down here. What the
like I thought it was interesting though, real quick. Like it got a good pop in the audience where, it happens and then he saves him. Tom saves Miles, Miles saves Tom, and then he's running, and then like everyone's like, oh, it's because it's so dramatic or whatever, and then he pushes him. Instant pop from the audience. Everyone started laughing.
Yeah,
like,
everybody started laughing.
Oh, that whole
Yeah.
scene was cool.
Yeah.
The thing that I wanted to bring up is, would you guys have been mad if the movie ended after Tom Cruise got shot down? When it cut to black, would you guys have been mad if, like, the rest of the movie was like a funeral honoring him, and then Miles Teller, like, giving a eulogy or some shit, and then the movie over?
Nah.
I wouldn't have been mad either.
If Miles just went back and it was just like the movie was like ending from that point on, I would have been like, yeah. I thought it was cool. I thought it was interesting, that little last, 10, 15 minutes they put together, but I would have been okay either way.
Yeah, I was almost a little let down that it didn't end there. And then, you get the scene where Tom wakes up or whatever and he's running away, and then Miles shoots the helicopter. I was like, okay, this is pretty
But then
rad.
when he goes down, it's like, whoa, what the fuck? Because he just saved him, though.
Yeah.
Like, so it's good, though. Like, it's
Yeah, and then you get the dog fighting in that old ass fucking jet.
Yeah. I mean, they did well with making it a happy ending. Like, I think because that could have been corny. The whole last 20 minutes could have been trash.
I think one of the strongest things this movie does is making kind of your emotions go back and forth. Like, it does a good job. Like, there's times where it's like it's heavy, it's time where it's light, you're gonna laugh. Literally in the end of that movie, like, shit goes down and you're supposed to be like sad, and then boom, a funny moment, and it's like, oh shit, they're in it. Like, they're gonna, like, what, they're gonna go steal these things, and then they go into the fight again. You're like, whoa, what the fuck? Your emotions are all over the place.
All over the
but
place.
It doesn't feel like forced, it feels natural.
Yeah.
And like, it just like, because that's hard to do. They could have fucked up so much of this movie. I don't know how they pulled it off, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it must have been a lot of fucking time in the writer's room making sure that everything was perfect. Because if it wasn't
Cruise
perfect,
20 years, dude. He's been like, all right, let's figure this out.
All right. Anything else? Because we're at an hour already.
I was done. That was Eric.
I know.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, boys. What's our favorite part? Whoever wants to go first.
The actual mission, man. That shit went too hard.
James?
Anything Miles Teller, Tom Cruise throughout the whole movie, I fucking ate it up.
I would have to say the football scene, and then when Tom is getting in the plane and he has to tell his boy, hey man, thanks for being there, bro.
Dude.
Dude, I was this close to letting out a tear. I was so fucking close. If old boy would have just like, if the conversation went on for one more second, I was gonna start crying. Because I was like, God damn, he's gotta send his boy to die, bro. Like his boy could die right now. And
then you get the call back. You're like, don't make that face, or like, I don't like that face.
I love that line, dude.
Oh,
it could have been. That's another thing. Should have been cheesy. Fucking worked.
Yeah, it didn't feel corny at all. And if that was, in the first movie, corny. In this movie, not. Heart-wrenching.
Even when he used a line like with Jennifer Connelly, the same thing. It's just like, it just worked, dude. Like their chemistry was strong. And Tom Cruise doesn't always have strong chemistry with his leading women.
Hey man, I gotta say,
he never does, I would say.
That's one of the most tasteful sex scenes. I mean, it wasn't a sex scene, I guess.
So no,
but
it's supposed to be a sex scene because that's what the sex scene was like in the first movie. It's super tasteful.
Okay.
It was like softcore porn almost.
It was tasteful as shit, dude. I love that shit.
But it's only because. Go ahead.
It was just so funny that when it ends though, and then he like jumps out the window, she's just standing there.
But even that could have been corny, and it was kind of heartwarming when she's like, "Hey, bro, don't break her fucking heart again." And you're like, "Oh, this little girl, she hurt."
That's what I'm talking about. The switch from comedy to like drama, heartfelt, boom, boom, and you hit both emotions where you don't miss them.
Yeah, so good. Worst or least favorite parts. John Hamm? I hate John Hamm.
What?
I like John Hamm. I thought he played the role well.
I know. It's just you're supposed to hate the character, and I hated him, so that's
I
my
didn't even hate
favorite part.
John Hamm though. Like I understood where he was coming from.
Now he a
more
bitch.
Harris.
Dude, the lack of Ed Harris, the fact that they had him in the one scene and Tom Cruise flies low over him, and it blows the lid off the
This
building.
shit's funny as
and,
fuck.
and Ed Harris is standing there like a fucking G. You're like, God damn, bro, what a fucking man out there.
And then he turns around, he has shit on his face.
Yeah, and he's like, God damn, Maverick.
I definitely expected him to be in the movie more, though. That was random.
I would have rather it been him instead of John Hamm.
Yeah,
If
that
it
would have
was-
been cool.
Oh man, Ed Harris.
But it wouldn't have
and
made
Tom-
sense rank wise because Ed Harris is supposed to be like the
Yeah, he's the
major-
tippy top or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And I guess too, like John Hamm and Tom Cruise seem like they would be in the same class. Like Ed Harris, like just because he looks like older, like it seems like he'd be like more of a like. Because I felt like they probably came at the same time, John Hamm and Maverick, into like the military. And
Yeah,
you
he
see, like,
said he said he was like 2 years in front of him or something like that, right?
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah. The only thing I didn't like was because I mean it doesn't really matter because the first movie where he's just like, oh yeah, I did it for 2 months, and then I more or less didn't do it, and then it's just like they kicked me out or whatever. They didn't
But
like
it
the way
makes sense
I
for his
trained.
character, though.
Yeah,
He's a Maverick.
but like if it's more of a nitpick, so it's kind of like okay, sure. I don't
Yeah.
know what else they could have done, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. Eric, did you say something about what you don't like?
I said Ed Harris. Not enough Ed Harris.
Oh, yeah. And I agree with you 100%. Cinema scores. Would we rent it?
Yeah.
No.
No,
Would you buy this movie physically? Yeah.
Steelbook,
No.
100%.
You gotta buy the Steelbook, dude. This
it'll
shit's
have a
gonna be
good
hot.
steelbook for sure.
If
yeah.
it- if
right
it's-
now.
If it's not the Top Gun wings across the front and back, I'm gonna be mad. Would you buy it digitally? No.
100%.
No.
I gotta support our troops.
Dude, I'm gonna be so stoked when this is on Paramount Plus, though.
Oh yeah, and Eric buys it again for another month.
I'm
and we're
canceling it. I'm canceling it right now, dude.
Yeah, okay. Would you buy it in the $5 bin at Best Buy, Walmart, FYE, or Voodoo? No.
Dude, if
Fuck
thing's
no,
ever
dude.
$5, it's
I gotta
mine.
support my troops.
You know, I'd buy it in a $5 bin if it's this and the first Top Gun, just so I could never watch the first one, so I could break it.
Yeah.
Would you put this on in the background while people are over?
Yes.
I would. Fuck it.
I don't know if I could let people walk away from this movie though, because I'd be on the couch the whole time. Don't get me wrong. I'd be putting it on the background, but I'd be sitting there. And then when someone walks away, I'm like, no, bro, you gotta see this part. Sit down. Come on, the surround sound. You're gonna hear the boom.
Nah, man, because then you just keep it running the whole time, dude. And you keep running it back. You'll
Just
watch
keep
it all
it on a loop.
eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it? Yes.
Yes.
99.9%.
I don't know anybody I wouldn't recommend this movie to.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying earlier. It doesn't alienate any audience. Like there's
Maybe
it works for most people.
Maybe
Like,
if you
who
don't like
wouldn't it work for?
the military. I don't know.
I would say people with PTSD, yeah. Do not show those people this movie. Because they
Did
hear
Alex
them
watch
jets. No, I had to go alone.
I mean, that's
Um,
like weird. I mean, I don't know because I know people with PTSD and they watch military movies all the time. So
I mean, not all PTSD is the same, though.
yeah, but you would have to specifically find someone that like, oh shit, the Top
If
Gun
you-
Maverick.
If your
Like, that's like
wingman died, yeah, maybe don't watch this movie.
Yeah, not all PTSD is the same. Yeah, I would just assume if someone says I have PTSD from going to war, I would never suggest a war movie to them. That's just real easy. I'd be like, I'm not even gonna bother, because if I trigger you, then it's my fault. You know what I mean? Unless they tell me outright, recommend me some war movies, then I'm like, fine. If you fucking get triggered, that's on your problem. Then you wanted this, motherfucker. All right, ratings. Does anybody have a good one? I
I'm
don't.
gonna give this movie 9.5 out of 10 mocks.
That's a good one, Eric. Worded poorly, but it's a good one. James, do you have one?
I give it 10.3 G's out of 10.
0.3.
Damn.
No.
So this is our
'Cause-
first over 10 rated movie then officially.
And then when we go back to it, we're gonna round down.
I guess, yeah.
I've already seen how we do this process. It's just not gonna matter.
Dude, it'll matter in 100 episodes when our asses are up at 3 a.m. looking at it.
Yeah.
No, I think now that I got that rating system, I think my shit's gonna be more accurate.
Super accurate. I'm still gonna be wild tonight. I don't give a fuck. I give this 9 Miles Teller abs out of 9.
Oh,
He had to have had a random one right
out
up
of
top.
9? Oh,
You know?
shit.
You know, when you start to get that many abs, you just get random abs.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
Random
so-
ones pop up.
Yeah, because it's so tight to your musculature that, you know, you see a random muscle near your abs and you're like, yeah, that's a fucking ab. Why not? Sure, fuck it. So
Dude,
it's
that dude has
not.
the strongest neck I've ever seen in my life.
He got a good neck. My hand would probably fit right. Never mind.
Your hands ain't
our-
big enough.
Yeah, both hands.
Yeah.
If I make the Top Gun wings, I could choke Miles Teller.
And even then, he might flex through it.
Probably he break my fingers on the other way and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in on twitch.tv/SoonerLaterTV for our review of Top Gun Maverick. Continue listening and watching and showing your support on all social medias at SoonerLaterTV. If you couldn't catch us on Twitch, don't worry. You can listen to us on any podcasting platforms. Our episodes are recorded live on Sundays, typically at noon, and uploaded every Tuesday morning. So tune in, not next week, because we're taking a couple weeks off since this was our 100th episode. So tune in 2 weeks for our review of whatever the fuck is happening in 2 weeks.
I'm sure there'll be a new movie out.
We love you. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.